quick look, everyone. I hope you're doing lovely as ever. Still recovering a bit from all the sickness, shit like that, but I am definitely feeling a lot better, so I should hopefully be 100% in a few days' time. I fucking hope to God it does. I mean, it's coming up to a week since DreamHack, and it's been basically a week since I got this, so... Oh boy. But yeah, so... I've wanted to talk about this game on this show for a while, but I couldn't really think of the time to do it. But I've decided, you know what? There isn't really much I want to talk about that's coming out and that kind of thing, so why not? Let's talk about Saints Row 2022. Well, it's just called Saints Row, but if you want, you can call it Saints Row 5, which is how I kind of describe it. But it's complicated in the timeline because, obviously, we're not dealing with the 3rd Street Saints here, but wouldn't this make this group the 4th Street Saints? Yeah, that's probably something for Volition to deal with lore. Oh man, so, I very much have been a fan of the Saints Row games since the 3rd installment, Saints Row the 3rd. I'm trying to remember the story because I think I rented the game when I was younger. And it was just, I rented it from like a Video Easy and that kind of thing. And I played it and I was like, whoa, this game's actually really fun. And well, I just kept playing it and playing it. And yeah, I think Saints Row is probably one of the more fun games out there. I mean, back in the day, all the previous Saints Row games were bangers. Funny thing is, though, I never played the first 2 installments, Saints Row 1, Saints Row 2. I only played Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4. Yeah, I never even touched Get Out of Hell or Agents of Mayhem, so... Going into Saints Row 2022, I was very much on the mindset that this was going to be a return to form, going right back to, well, Saints Row the 3rd. That's the one that I think most people remember, and that's the one I remember. And sure, I love Saints Row 4. I love a lot of the things the game did, but there were some problems with that game that needed to be addressed here. And they were saying this is a reboot, but it's technically not really a reboot, so how is this game going to go? Well, first things first, I gotta say, the hype for this game was insane. I remember the marketing was pretty substantial. In fact, I think there was actually a beer made for the game. No joke, look it up. There was a beer made for the promotion for the game. And that was handled by Play On Australia. Funny thing is, I did not receive a review code for this one. But I did pre-order the game. So, pretty much, this was one of those games that I just had to pre-order. I mean, there are some games out there where just, yeah, might as well pre-order. The thing was, I pre-ordered it through the Gamesman, so, yeah, but overall, what do I think of Saints Row 2022? I think it's actually a really good game. Yeah, that may shock some of you, considering the fact that the game launched and had some mixed feelings from a lot of people, but personally, when I first played it, I definitely liked it. I liked what they were going for from the little bit of time I spent, but going back to it for this video, yeah, I really like this game, and I really like the direction they went with. I mean, sure, some people will say, the game's cringy and woke and blah, blah, blah. Does that shit even matter? Does it? Like, I don't want to get too fucking political here, but this fucking woke debate when it comes to games, it's just right-wing dipshits not knowing a damn thing about what people want. Like, I don't care if your Republican ass is just gonna boycott fucking Bud Light or whatever just because a trans person is promoting it. You're just being a dipshit. Quite honestly, right-wing dipshits don't make the world work. If anything, they make the world worse. So, yeah. How fucking funny that Volition was moved over to Gearbox. God, I feel bad for the for that knowledge knowing that Volition is now under Gearbox. Because they don't need to be near Gearbox. Gearbox has his own fucking problems. Mostly the fact that Randy Pitchford is a dipshit. I fucking hate that guy. I've explained about it many times in the past, so I won't go over it again here, but man, when it comes to Volition, it really sucks what happened with them, because this game didn't deserve all the fucking hate. I have to say it, Saints Row is a bit of a hidden gem. Yeah, a hidden gem. And that's going to surprise a lot of you for me saying that, but I think it's one of those games that just is definitely worth a shot. I mean, look, the story may not appeal to you, but you don't need to play the story all the time. If you want to, you can just dick about in the open world, which is something I love with these open world games. Just dicking about and having a bit of fun. I mean, that's something we all did in the previous Saints Row games. Dick about in the open world. And Volition knows it. They know that one of the big appeals is to dick about. And just have a bit of fun in the open world. And that's something that Saints Row nails. I bloody love the environments and everything. It very much... I don't know why, because this game has a bit more of a California-ish feel, but this is giving me Texas vibes. Like, no joke, this whole area in the game feels like Texas. I don't know why, but it's just giving me Texas vibes. I think there's probably going to be a lot of people out there who will agree with me on that, but I'm not exactly sure. So, pretty much, if any of you guys can agree with me on that, let me know. I've just got a feeling with that. But honestly, I feel like the gameplay is definitely the strongest suit of this game. And that's something I value. As I've mentioned in the past, I value gameplay more than story. And so far, I will say the story is fun. But I think the gameplay is the selling point to me, and I like it. I like the direction they went with the gameplay. I like how the controls feel. It's Saints Row. Like, if you've played a previous Saints Row, you know what you're getting into, and I think Saints Row 2022 is definitely up there as one of the better entries in the franchise. Granted, there is a lot of mixed feelings, and granted, I get why a lot of people may not be a fan of this, but if you like a good open world experience, and if you like the previous Saints Row games, give this a shot! Like, it's definitely a bit of a hidden gem, and I imagine it'll probably be cheaper now to pick up a copy. And I imagine any of the bugs and shit like that people experience, they should all be sorted by now. I imagine so. I mean, we're still getting free updates. I mean, we recently got some Dead Island 2 content, so you can't complain, I'd say. So yeah, if you ever get the chance, definitely check out Saints Row. It is definitely worth a shot. And I'd say it's one of those games that you guys really need to check out. So yeah, but now that I've got you guys here, before we end this video, I want to let you guys in on a bit of an announcement. I'm actually starting a bit of a new series. Yeah, so, you know how sometimes on Quick Look I do occasionally look at some retro stuff? Well, I'm going to branch that out to make it its own little thing. I'm going to make it regular, so from the next few days, you'll be expecting a brand new series called Quick Look Retro, which, well, focuses on retro games. From the days of the NES and the SNES to the N64 to the GameCube and whatever, PS1, PS2. Basically, the cutoff point will be the PS3, OG Xbox, Xbox 360, Wii U type era. Like, that's our cutoff point. From the beginning of gaming history, all the way to the 360, PS3, Wii U era. So, if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. I've got a lot of games I want to cover on there, and well, I think for the first one, you guys will probably be pretty happy about that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and as I always like to say, I will see you all next time. Take it easy everyone, and I will see you all whenever that may be. Done it!